Hello, welcome back. This is Seewing Yee. Today is going to be another very exciting episode. By the way, before I proceed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also comment below what do you think about the information that you receive. And finally, please subscribe your email into my website below so you could become a free real estate member of my organization who help many potential real estate investors to achieve financial independence through real estate investing, regardless of where you live. Without further ado, this is a very exciting episode and something that are not out there in the mainstream media, if you will. And my title is The Best Kept Secret in Real Estate. Government 5% down payment, veteran administration's real estate foreclosures. So let's get to it. And a lot of things to cover, but a lot of these slides, I'm not going to go over every word, but once you watch this video, if you're going to replay the video, please on that particular slide, you can pause a particular slide so you can dive deep into the content. But I'm going to get to the nitty gritty because I'm going to go over a very specific house opportunities that are available each time I present this kind of video. And when I present a particular investment property, these kind of properties go very quick. So if we were to work together, we need to create a sense of urgency so you and I can work together so quickly to consummate this transaction after you do your quick research and due diligence, because I've done most of it for you already. Best kept secret. I've been doing it for a very, very long time. As you can look at my background, like I said on my slideshow, very few, if any, consultants out there understand VA foreclosures to the extent that I understand. Because of my background, my U.S. Army, military 20 years plus, another 20 years of real estate investing experience, helping investors to buy out-of-state turnkey cash flow properties throughout the country in a very affordable entry level markets. That's a different ball game, but let's talk about VA foreclosures. Again, you can be any investor as long as you qualify. I'll go over the qualification momentarily throughout their presentation. All you need is 5% down to buy an investment property that are associated with the government Veterans Administration foreclosures. You don't have to be military veteran. Ideally, you pay me a fee of only $1,977, one-time fee, and I'll help you, mentor you to go through a process until you consummate that particular transaction. Again, this type of VA foreclosures, there are very few VA foreclosures, government or otherwise, out there in the marketplace because real estate the housing market has been so robust in the past few years and whatever. So foreclosures are almost non-existent nationwide. We have the lowest foreclosure rate in the history of America as we speak. Right now it's April 2023. So if you do not believe me, please do your own research. There are few of them throughout the country. I only pick the cream of the crop. And today is clearly the property I'm presenting is the cream of the crop. But whenever the foreclosure are available in this system and this process, you will need to be prepared for a bidding war or multiple offer situation where typically with each good property is you get about 5 or 10 offers from people out there who are competing against you, and your bid price normally, depending on the situation, is around 10% or more above list price as indicated by the VA. All right. So now that you understand the expectation moving forward, let's go through everything else. All right. Again, there's a lot of competition. The housing market right now is very robust, whether you're buying a primary home, whether you're an investor trying to buy cash flow property with 25% down payment, typically in a different part of the country, but you got the best value there is having only the ability to use 5% down for investment loan to buy VA foreclosures, which is amazing value add. Warren Buffett says he's the greatest investor of all time, says single family home is the most attractive asset class. How true it is. It's all about cash flow. VA foreclosures is not available in general public. This kind of program or not being promoted by the mainstream media, if you will. That's all I have to say. All right. So why VA foreclosures? VA foreclosures are when you have owner-occupied homes that are purchased by U.S. active duty members, where part of the country they are located, and also ex-military members who qualify to get 0% down payment to buy their primary home. So the VA, the military veterans, are able to buy homes with 0% down for generations ever since the World War II has ended and the government opened up the 0% down for military members. Of course, myself have purchased a number of primary homes and investment homes with 0% down payment and 5% down payment. So suffice to say, I'm an expert in this space. Just like anything else, members, they fall through hard times for whatever reason, and I'm not going to discuss all the reasons why these military veterans fail to make their mortgage payment, and as a result, the Department of Veteran Affairs have to foreclose on their homes. Therefore, VA, they are make these homes available in the open market, in the MLS, so they are out there, not that many on a weekly basis, only a few. Again, because of my knowledge of the overall market, because I personally invested in many different markets over many years, over 20 years, and I have guided hundreds, if not thousands, of my mom and pop real estate investors to buy in many different markets in the country, currently mostly in the Midwest and South and Southeast, because those homes are affordable. They can cash flow with 25% down payment, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, foreclosure are available in many markets, but I personally like Florida and Texas mainly. There are some additional markets that I will present down the road. So this kind of the program foreclosures are limited in duration. They come and go over the years. So right now they are available for whatever reason. So this program may be available for a short time more. I don't know, a year from now. It may last a year, 2 years, 3 years. After that, the government may decide to shut down this 5% down VA foreclosure program. Does that make sense? All right. So again, this kind of slideshow, read it on your own. When you replay the video, pause the slideshow so you can dive deeper. I'm not going to go over all the details. Again, there are many markets where wherever military veterans are located, they own homes in the various markets in the country, all over the place. Again, I only pick the best of those properties for you and talk about it on my video so we could work together to help you to achieve success as an investor to buy these great VA foreclosure homes. Of course, if you pre-qualify using a very unique lending program, it's not a regular loan, it's not a Fannie Mae lending guidelines that you've been accustomed to hear out there. It's called VINDI financing. Again, you as a regular risk investors can qualify. You don't have to be a member of the military or ex-military veteran. No, you don't have to. Suffice to say, these kind of programs, these kind of properties in very desirable areas are very competitive. You can be competing against other people throughout the country, albeit remotely. So you have to be quick on the draw. You got to be like Clint Eastwood. You got to be quick on the draw. You got to pull the trigger very quickly because this kind of inventories, they come and go within a week. Any kind of good VA foreclosure properties that I'm presenting to you, they are going to be gone within 7 to 10 days. All right. So again, the highlights of this program is 5% down minimum. You can do more, you can not less. Okay. And you're using a VA loan program for investor. You're not VA loan program are usually the interest rate is lower than the general public investment interest rate for the marketplace. As of today, April 10th, for 30-year fixed rate mortgage, VINDI financing is a mere 5.87%, which is a lot less than a typical 6.3, 6.4% interest rate other people are getting to buy a regular house using the regular Fannie Mae lending guidelines. Furthermore, not only any investors can buy these via foreclosures, but there are no limit as to the number of these foreclosed properties you can buy and own. Furthermore, ideally, you need to have a very high FICO score, and all you need is as little as $15,000 to $29,000 out of pocket typically is needed, including you have to pay for the potential cost of the rehab, which could be depending on property, $5,000 to $10,000, sometimes more, but a lot of these properties are very turnkey, ready to go, require very little cosmetic fix up, if you will. 5% down there, no prepayment penalty, no appraisal fees, no PMI. The VA may even pay some of your closing costs. Again, there's no maximum number of VA foreclosures you can buy. Perfect for investors that want to scale and put very minimal down to achieve at least break even to a slight positive cash flow with each property purchase. Again, where it's a full doc loan, you need to have a decent FICO score, higher than 700 FICO score. And one additional requirement, you will have to be an experienced investor, meaning you need to have at least 1 year of rental property ownership documented and need to be proven and verified to qualify to purchase this 5% down program. Does that make sense? Requires a certain element of experience, not that much, 1 year of property experience at the time you are trying to qualify to get this loan. Does that make sense? All right. Just not so bad. All right. This particular deal today. Okay. Let's not waste any more time. This week's best BA deal. Before I disclose any more details, it is A plus class location. This property I'm presenting today is one of the top 5 fastest growing housing markets in the country. Is in an A-class school district. It is located, drum roll please, in the Austin, San Antonio mega region growth market. And this great looking house, I'll give you all the details, is a trophy house. Here it is. It's even on a Zillow. The address is right here. Is the VA department have listed this home as of now. Again, it might be gone within 7 to 10 days. So if you want it, you need to contact me immediately, comply with my requirements, as I stated earlier, and then we will work together. I will walk you through, mentor you, go through every single step process. All right. Only $303,500 in New Braunfels, Texas. It's an amazing location. It's a very large 4-bedroom. I mean, in excess of 2,000 square foot, I think. Anyway, and right here, New Braunfels is amazing growth. It's smack right above San Antonio, 30 minutes above San Antonio along the I-35 corridor, which goes from San Antonio to Austin. Austin is like an hour and a half away. As you can see, New Braunfels is really amazing growth area, and migration, job, and population growth for the past number of years is continuing to grow. This Central Florida, Central Texas region is going through some epic growth. The future is extremely bright. And look at this trophy house. Beautiful, only a few years old, 4-bedroom, 3 baths. The interior is mainly, the foundation is good because it's such a newer house. Very little cosmetic repair. Whatever repair that needs done is coming out of your pocket as a potential buyer. All right. So here are some of the pictures of the interior, the kitchen, the living room right here, and one of the 4 bedrooms. Like I said, you don't like the color after you close escrow and all that stuff, you can hire somebody, a contractor, to redo the house if you want and get it rented out for a potential tenant or whatever, or living there yourself. And the only issue that I see on some other pictures, this is the garage. I don't know why they tear down part of this. So it may require $50,000 to fix up the garage, fix up hopefully it's not electrical issues that may cause additional costs, but you will find that out once you go through the process. What are the issues here? Hopefully it's cosmetic, who knows? All right. And this house has consistently grown, increased in value over the past 10 years or so, and went all the way up at the last year and came down by 30, 40, 50,000 exactly. So you're buying at a good value at 302,000. But then again, you might have to bid up above that to compete against other savvy buyers and investors that are competing to look at this house. Now, one really great that I always do, I've signed up with the rent-o-meter. This rent-o-meter give you a very good rental market metrics on any kind of neighborhood in country. And I did the same. I did a 3-mile radius on homes that are located in this area at 4-bedroom, 3 bath. And the average rent is around almost $2,200, give or take. So this metric is very critical in determining the rentability of the house and the rental market in general. Furthermore, there are 45 homes that are listed for rent in this 3-mile radius. Clearly tells me the rental market is very strong. Once you close escrow, you should have very little problem renting this house for a potential A-class tenant, if you will. All right. And as you can see, based on a similar square footage, it's like 2,300 square foot, 4-bedroom, as is the case. This house is very new, located in an excellent E-class neighborhood. If you look at the metrics of homes located close by, look at this 2,300 square foot home located 2 miles away, or renting for $2,600, and the range are $2,400 to $2,600. Depends. Some of these houses, we don't know how they look compared to this particular house, but suffice to say, the rent really match well with the purchase price. Again, the square footage is 2278 square foot. The VA listed at 303K. You might have to overbid a little bit depending on how many offers are competing against you this week and next week, perhaps. But when you look at these numbers, it's staggering. 5% down, total out of pocket for you is 15 grand, plus closing costs of 6 grand, plus around $5,000 rehab costs. I just don't know. This is a variable factor and we have no clue, but I can only estimate. So your total out of pocket is really only 27 grand. 27 grand totally out of your pocket. You're at risk to potentially buy a house, income producing, high level house for $300,000. What other investment you achieve this through leverage and value add? This is simply mind boggling. Estimated monthly rent was $2,600 minus your taxes. The taxes in New Braunfels is not even 2%, probably 1.5%. I know some people think the Texas property tax rate is very high. That is true, but still depending on a particular neighborhood, I can only estimate this property tax rate is around 1.4% of the purchase price. Here in the monthly taxes, insurance, and property management fee at 8%, and your mortgage at 5.78%. You're using the VA lower rate mortgage, 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Your mortgage payment is $1,688. Your gross rent of $2,600 minus all your debt service, your monthly mortgage, taxes, insurance, property management fee, vacancy factor of 3 to 5%, and a maintenance factor of addition another 3%. You still cash flow around $100. All right, that's what you can expect because you're only putting down 5% and still get these value. Now, this is just the first year projection. Over time, things get a lot better over them momentarily. Again, New Braunfels is a rapidly growing super city, not just a city, it's a super city, number 3 fastest growing population in the U.S., New Braunfels. Everything is robust. Just make a region, like I said, it's a fast growing area, so super area. I'm not going to go over all the metrics, all the economic engine that are associated with on this central Texas, Austin, San Antonio, mega region. The future is so bright. You find this property for long-term, buy in the whole, at least 7-10 years and beyond. Buy in the whole, collect your rent, collect cash flow, and increase your rent on an annual basis, what have you, because when you buy any kind of income property, this case is no exception. As the owner of an investment property, once you close escrow, you are history. This property is history's most powerful and proven multi-dimensional real estate asset class. An income property is the greatest wealth building investment vehicle in the history of mankind. You're getting cash flow, increasing rent to go along with inflation. You're getting massive tax benefit. You can long-term appreciation, 3, 4, 5% annual growth or more. Even today's housing environment, you get to leverage a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with inventory financing, VA loan rate, which is lower rate than a normal. You get to leverage the power of using the other people's money, using the loan, what have you. So I'm not going over the additional multi-dimensional aspect of buying this income property. There's so many things you can do down the road. Yeah, as you can see, read it on your own. I'm not going to spend time on it. See all kind of multiple things you can do to achieve continued value add from long-term buy hold this kind of property. The recap is, this is a you purview to learn from me, which is the nation's only good expert. I don't anybody. The kind of background, I've done the VA foreclosure product before, off and on, for the past 20 years. I've done it myself personally, and I'm helping a lot of people do it over the years. So I know the system. Each market I present, I'm in Central Texas. We have property management available. I have many resources on the ground. I have a referral partnership with all kind of resources, not only in Central Texas, but all throughout the U.S. We have a network of pros that can provide you the turnkey approach property management. You can buy this remotely, passively, and own this property. Having a professional property manager does everything for you, almost no time to take care of your property. Network team on the ground does everything for you for the next 7, 10, 15, 30 years of owning this type and any type of good income property located in great locations, and the numbers make sense. That's all I have to say. This kind of system requires total motivation, experience, and commitment and dedication on your part. So if you want to use a TV commercial that was used a long time ago, I think they no longer use it. We are looking for the feel, the proud, the realistic Marines. The feel, the proud, the Marines. I'm looking for a few people to work with. So if you are that person, reach out to me on my contact information below. We can work together, pay me on one nominal fee, and I'll walk you through the entire process. It's not that risky whatsoever because the system, process, and procedures is already in place. All those markets, I've been there, done that, went through a lot of experience. We have some great local team available in those markets. Doesn't have to be second Texas, could be Florida. We have several Florida properties coming up via foreclosures. Right. So that's all I have to say. It took so much to cover, so little time. But anyway, doesn't matter who you are, receive value from this short presentation, relatively short presentation. Please share the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And above all, to put your email into our website below and subscribe to my weekly turnkey real estate investor newsletter. Once you join this free network, you will receive free weekly updates, not just to talk about VA foreclosures, but other investment opportunities, free real estate education and all that. And what we do is we help investors plus out of state, regardless where you live. We can help you by passively, remotely, very successful because we have local teams available that can do all the one-stop shop services available to you regardless of your actual location. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next video soon to talk about all aspects of our housing market and investment property information. This is Seewing Yee. Have a nice day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.